Lizzo was hit with a big lawsuit filed by 3 of her former dancers. The woman accused Lizzo and her team of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment. Now, TMZ Live interviewed 2 of the dancers in the lawsuit, Ariana Davis and Crystal Williams. Take a look.
For both of us, there was like this always looming feeling of thinking that if you didn't do something or you didn't adhere to certain suggestions or demands, that your job could be in jeopardy. There is so many instances where dancers who did, have fun with her and, go along with like what she was doing and, be down for anything, that they were favored, they were hired for more shows, they were invited on, like private jets and to do cool things and, could hang out with her in like tropical settings like Hawaii and stuff like that. Some of our coworkers, it's just like there was no line between professionalism and personal.
Another woman who claims to have formerly worked for Lizzo posted on social media. So for clarification, I'm not part of the lawsuit, but this was very much my experience in my time there. Big shout out to the dancers who had the courage to bring this to light. Also, the dancer on the left, the heavier girl, I was watching some of the interview, she was saying how Lizzo started treating her differently when she gained weight, which is definitely ironic. What are your thoughts on these accusations against Lizzo? Let's start with you, Al.
Oh, you know what, Claudia? This is just really alarming to me. It's funny how all the blogs and all of mainstream media is picking this up and they're giving it a lot of attention. The part that really hurts me to my core is that Lizzo has been very vocal about how she was abused, talked about, made fun of, and bullied because of her weight growing up. And to see her do this to her dancers, to see her do this to other people is the part that just doesn't fit well with me. But then I thought about it. Psychologists say 30 to 40% of people that are abused as children, they become abusers themselves when they become adults. And I kind of hear this undercurrent in all of the stories. Now, the bit that we saw right there, I didn't like what they said because that's just who she liked. It's who she gave favor to. What they should have focused on was the abuse part, the harassment because of their weight, the isolation because of the sexual harassment, or them not doing things that she wanted them to do. I think I would have laid my hat on that and not being excluded from exclusive things. The other part is I can't wait to see what the fallout is going to be, because we know when Jonathan Majors was accused of sexual assault and even abuse, he started losing endorsements immediately. I haven't seen that with Lizzo yet, but let's see if Amazon will still have her .com with her clothing line. Let's see if she's going to lose any work or any projects. And the other side of this is I can't wait for her to respond, because Lizzo's on social media every day, but the last couple of days she's been quiet as a peep.
Sam Cooke said, are these all disgruntled employees? I need Lizzo's side. And Cali Girl said, Lizzo had the nerve to ask one of them about gaining weight. Q, what do you think about this?
You know what? My sentiments definitely echo Sam Cooke's about the disgruntled employees. I want to know what was the catalyst for them coming out. To Al's point, I'm side-eyeing the hell out of her when she's talking about they were invited on private jets and tropical settings and to do cool things. Bitch, maybe she just ain't like you. And that's okay. And that's allowed. You know what I'm saying? The weight thing concerns me, right? Because y'all get mad all the time when I say this. Nobody wants to be overly fat and nobody wants to be overly skinny. And it's the God honest truth. If we could all have the ideal body type, we would. And anybody who tells you otherwise is lying. So I wouldn't be surprised that a heavy person or somebody who represents a heavy person is getting on other heavy people about their weight, because it's not ideal under any circumstance. However, you would think that Lizzo's camp would be a safe space for big girls, but according to them, it may not be.
You know, I do want to stand in the entertainment world. Actually, it is the one profession where you can kind of get away with, they won't call it discrimination, but they'll call it the preference for the look of the aesthetic of what they want, right? If they want dancers, if they want a model that's in shape, they want a model that's in shape. If they want someone that's physically fit, that's the one where it's a little bit of a gray area. So I understand saying you have a limit for what you want your show to look like for your people you're hiring. I get that. But all the other stuff, the abuse, and I do understand what they're saying, they showing favor. Okay. Fan of Five said no one should lose anything until they have actually been found guilty of something. That's true. But we
but they do.
Society. We do that all the time. Chris Sierra said sexual assault and discrimination ain't the same. Doubt shall lose anything over this except dancers. And this is an interesting comment. Unapologetically Me said, Lizzo has been allowed to get away with inappropriate and bad behavior because she's a plus size woman. Anytime somebody calls her out for bad behavior, they were labeled as a body shamer.
I can't agree with that. And I don't know if it's because she's a plus size woman or just because she always goddamn crying and don't nobody want to hear her mouth. Like we all have those friends that we let get away with certain behaviors because it's just easier to let them get away with it than to have to hear their mouth in the aftermath. And I think that's what Lizzo is.
Who knew that she was having such fun with all these strip clubs and parties everywhere she went? Lizzo sounds like a bit of a fun time.
Not if you're working for her and they say, eat that banana out of that employee's vagina. And
I know. That was gross.
That was pretty. And then they had a video.
People say eat a banana out of somebody's vagina.
She made one of the girls eat a banana out of, not made, allegedly made one of the girls at one of these, clubs, one of these burlesque shows or whatever, eat a banana out of a girl's vagina, also catch objects that were pushed out of the girl's vagina, etc. And one girl was forced to touch a nude part of somebody's body.
Allegedly, right?
Allegedly, yes.
So supposedly they were all in Amsterdam, and there was a show over there where that was like part of it in the red light district. And then cut to today, their video that came out where she's saying she wants to go to the show where the banana gets eating out of the girl's vagina. So it's like, ooh, it's looking kind of bad. But you know what? We will see what other facts come out about this case.